Okay, so this is supposed to be part two of my trail trailer build. Um, not quite sure why I'm even doing this, except I don't like starting projects and not finishing them. Reason I say I don't know why I'm continuing with this thing. Um, those of you who know anything about the East Fork San Gabriel River here in Southern California, a couple of years ago they've declared it a national monument for one reason or another, and a lot of activists on both sides have been battling back and forth to keep it open for prospecting and small time mining. At this point, it looks like those of us who are prospecting enthusiasts, I'm just a hobbyist, but it looks like we lost the battle, and I think they've made it illegal to prospect up on the East Fork San Gabriel River, or even anywhere in the San Gabriel Mountains. There's a protected wilderness now, and I think even hikers who want to go through the mountains, not on a day trip and back. I'm referring to people who want to actually go and spend a few days hiking the back trails and the mountains. I think they're even going to be prohibited because there was a mention that overnight camping is prohibited now. So anyway, having said that, I'm kind of bummed out. I'm sure everybody is. We can't go up there and prospect anymore. So my intention was to build this thing and test it out up on those trails and carry more equipment in, and take the family back for a few days or for a weekend. But that doesn't seem like it's going to happen, at least at the East Fork. And now, anyone have any suggestions, comments? Please leave them in the comment section as to where we can go from here. I mean, I'm new to prospecting, and I just don't know the area, Southern California, that well. I'm not originally from here, but I don't know any other place other than San Bernardino Mountains, and you have to go up to Bakersfield to go to the Kern River, and I mean that's several days, and it's a long way away, and it's a new area even for me, and San Gabriel River it's an hour outside of Los Angeles, really close. And it's a shame that our government did this to us, and I suspect that it's just going to be something that they can use as a profiting tool. They say that they're going to bus people in there and even restrict daytime parking, especially restrict overnight parking. So who knows what's going to happen. But anyway, I'm committed to finishing this trail trailer. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I've got so far. Okay, so if you watched my first video, you'll remember that I've disassembled a couple of collapsible walkers, medical walkers, and I've taken the parts and realized that each of these sides are very similar. They're not exactly the same, but they're pretty close, and the same diameter. I think it's 7/8 inch aluminum tubing, and they have these button locks, okay, on each of the legs to allow for adjustment of the height, and that kind of made my job pretty easy when it comes to assembling these. And this is off one set of walkers. I wanted to use the same ones for the top and bottom of this, but learning how to bend this aluminum tubing was a little more difficult than I thought. It's not as durable as EMF conduits, and I actually collapsed the other side trying to bend a 90 degree, and I took my time and actually learned how to bend on the other side, so the 90 degree came out okay. but I think I didn't need to put it on the ground and bend it. I just bent it by hand since it was lighter material. But anyway, you can see the shape. Okay, they go together. They disassemble the button box. Just you pop them and the whole thing comes apart. So I designed it to be packable, but it can be packable, I guess, if necessary. So what I've done is I've made a 90 on the lower portion of this, and this is the load rest. I'm going to put the ladder rungs in for stability, to keep the frame from twisting, as well as to support the weight of the load. I've even got these plastic ones. These just clip in, clip out. Might be a little easier for assembling and disassembling. Don't know if I'm going to use all of them or a combination of them, but anyway, we'll see as it goes on. So here's the 90. It's meant to be probably about that angle. I don't know if you can see, but I think it's like a 45-degree angle. The lower rest against this, and this is at a 45, so this will be the top, and if the top is parallel to the ground, mount this, and this is going to have the removable poles, hand supports that'll clip to the external frame of the backpack, as well as give me some stability. I can hold it by hand and kind of level the load or secure the load as we're going over different terrain, up hills or downhill, just to keep things from tilting or dumping over. So that'll mount to this. If this is at a 45, I've got another 45, and it'll be the opposite direction. Okay, and this 45 is going to sit at the bottom. Okay, obviously they don't line up. It's too much to flex to get this straight in line with these. So what I'm going to end up doing is putting maybe a 20-degree bend right about here, and that'll bring these up parallel to the rest of the frame. And then I'll drill some holes in here and mount it to that. On the bottom of this, I wanted to use this part with the brace. I'm going to skin this with maybe 1/4-inch aluminum. We'll see what I can find at Home Depot. But I'll skin this, screw it in, be fairly secure, and to this I'm going to mount the I guess I don't know what I'm going to make it out of yet, but the forks for the wheel. And so this coming off at a 45-degree angle, the top will be at a 45, so that gives that Z shape. And with this being considerably lower to the ground, the weight will be right here. It'll be the center of gravity will be lower than everything else. So that combined with being hooked to an external frame backpack should give it quite a bit of stability. I don't think it's going to rock or tilt. I don't think it's going to flip over and dump the contents of the pack. I'm pretty sure about that. Seeing how the videos work and seeing how the other monowheel packs work in other videos, and again, the Z frame allows the load to be down. It allows the hub of the wheel to be just about equal with the weight of the center of the weight of the load, and that gives it again lower center of gravity and keeps it from falling. So that's where we stand right now, and I think this is obviously going to be a really short video, but we'll go from here and see what we can get done today, and if I get anywhere significant, if I make significant progress today, then I'll come back in and show another video of what I've got so far. Okay, this is what I've got so far, and you'll pardon me, I just secured it with some paracord. just to get an idea of where I'm going to have to put the screws to assemble this thing. So again, this top part is going to be, each of these are going to be the receptacles for the handles that are going to go out on each side. Again, they'll be removable. I just put those there for the time being. Don't know if they're going to stay there, but that's going to be the load support, and I'm going to come around and show you here. So hopefully that's a view. So if this is about hip height with the arms coming off here, the handles, leaves this at 45 also, parallel to the ground, and I have the tire coming off right here. So it'll probably sit about like that behind whoever's walking. You can see that. So that's basically what I've done. The 90 to hold the load. This is going to be, again, skimmed with aluminum, and the forks and the tire will be back here. Probably be about that high off the ground. Anyway, fairly sturdy. Hope it works. Really not a lot of effort so far gone into this thing. Some are probably laughing and saying, yeah, well, it looks like a lot of effort hasn't, or very little effort's gone into this. But, you know, if it works, I'm going to be ecstatic. I've got a wife, kids, 2 grandsons, and if we go camping, I don't want to go to a campground where there's just a lot of people running amok. I really like to, I mean, if I can continue prospecting, this will carry my gear. If we stay the weekend somewhere, off on a trail, go hiking, we can go back quite a ways. And, you know, depending on how this thing works out, I can even put the baby on there. So, anyway, we'll see what happens. This is part 2. Just hang tight for part 3. Thanks for watching.